You don't get any respect at work, your employer is treating you unfairly, your leave is denied, a whole bunch of issues are taking place at your workplace. Are you forced to resign? What are your options? What can you do in the situation? Hi, my name is Aslam Moolla. I'm a registered attorney. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to prepare a workplace grievance. What's the purpose of a workplace grievance? Let's assume that there's an issue taking place at work and this issue is bothering you. You don't necessarily have to resign in order to resolve the issue. South African labour law provides for a mechanism for you to file a grievance, which means that you are lodging an internal dispute with the company to have a specific outcome or for the company to investigate the matter. Now, the purpose of today's video is to discuss some basic steps that you can take in order to prepare a workplace grievance. So let's get started with it. Number one, look at the company policy regarding a workplace grievance. Usually, bigger companies have policies in place which detail the steps for a workplace grievance. If it's a smaller company, the chances are they're not going to have a workplace grievance. What you need to do in that situation is to contact your manager and ask for the procedure for filling in a grievance. Usually there's a form that needs to be filled in. So step number one is to look at the policy. Step number two, and a practical step, is to actually write the incident down on a separate piece of paper. The reason why this is important is that you can take your thoughts down and separate it from you. In other words, you want to write down the story separately as it happened. Try and focus on as much facts as possible. Avoid any emotions that happen during the process. I know this is difficult, but you want to keep it as objective and neutral as possible. Remember also to break down the incident into major points, ideally 5 to 7 points in a timeline, and then you can elaborate on each point what exactly happened. And most importantly, you must indicate what outcome you want from the grievance. Many employees fail to do this. In other words, you want to state what is it that you're looking for at the end of the process. Do you want disciplinary action against the offender? Do you want the company to investigate? Do you want an apology, etc.? Another important point that employees miss is to focus on the most recent event. In other words, if there are 5 or 6 events that have happened over a period of years, we see lots of employees throwing everything onto that grievance and trying to have everything resolved. Yes, it can be a build-up of events, but the way to have the matter resolved is to focus on the last most serious issue. And that's how you'll also make sure that you are within the 90-day period for the CCMA. After you've written it down, make sure that you run it past a third person. It can be a friend, family member, or even a law firm. We offer these services as well. Step number 3 is to try and complete the form in as much detail as possible. You've taken the detailed examination page, you're going to trim it down and put it onto the company grievance form. Step number 4 is to follow the grievance procedure that's laid out by the company. In other words, if it is not resolved in step 1 or stage 1 of the grievance, then you are going to follow the rest of the procedure and escalate it higher in order to have your grievance resolved. By law, South African workplaces must be fair to all employees. If you believe there's an issue in your workplace, you have the right to open up a grievance at your employer, and your employer must investigate the grievance. If the employer fails to do this, then you have the right to take it to the CCMA and take the matter further. If you need help in your situation, you're more than welcome to click the link below and book an appointment with our office. I wish you all the best, and I'll speak to you soon.